Automate Instagram carousels with AI agents in N8N and automatically publish them to 5 social platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. I'm going to show you how in this workflow, which you can download for free in the video description. By the way, real quick, my name is Sabrina Ramonov. I have 1.3 million followers across social media just from the past year, and I've previously built and sold an AI company for millions of dollars. And here's an example of what this will actually create. So here I just posted this morning. You can see this Instagram carousel in the style of a tweet card. Here's the same one on TikTok as a slideshow. Here's the same one on Twitter, and here's the same one on Pinterest also as a carousel. And that's not the only style you can do. So here's another style where you can upload a photo or video background and then have your quote displayed in the carousel. And here's another style, which is basically a paper background with large quotes and some highlighted text. So what's really cool is we're kind of combining ChatGPT plus Canva plus N8N, being able to programmatically create these carousels based on proven viral templates. First, I'm going to walk through everything at a high level just so you understand how the workflow is structured. And then I'm going to walk through each node step by step, clarify exactly what you need to do to set things up. There are only 2 steps, by the way, so it's really not very complicated. And also, this workflow is insanely cheap to run because we're not actually generating AI images with these carousels, right? We're populating proven carousel templates that have already been created with the help of AI. And last, I'll walk through common issues as well as ways you might want to customize this for your clients. This automation is perfect for you if you are a content creator, influencer, entrepreneur, small business, digital marketing agency, social media marketing agency, or you're an AI automation agency building content automation flows for your clients. Let's get started with a high-level overview. Okay, so this blue box on the left-hand side, this is responsible for creating the Instagram carousel via Blotato, and it's just using a chat interface with an AI agent. The second step is to get the Instagram carousel once it's completed, and you can always view the status of your carousel within the Blotato app. And then the third step is just to publish the carousel to social media along with a video caption and optional title. This last section over here just aggregates any errors. I actually need to change the number of inputs to this to 5, okay? And so if there are any errors publishing to social media, open this node and you'll be able to see them all. So let me show you how everything works. We have our chat over here with our AI agent. Click open chat to start the session. And I'm just going to type a vague instruction like make a carousel about learning ChatGPT by Sabrina Ramonov. And now our AI agent is going to engage in back and forth conversation. It's going to ask if you want to provide a list of quotes or if you want the AI agent to come up with a list of quotes. I'm going to say brainstorm them. And then it's also going to ask which carousel template you want to use. So each of these tool calls over here in pink actually corresponds to different carousel template. So if you want the simple monocolored tweet card, like I've shown here, that would be this tool call. If you want the quote card with highlighted text, like I showed you earlier, that would be this tool call. If you want the tweet card with a photo or video in the background, that would be this tool call. All you have to do is confirm which one you want to use, which may depend on your use case, or maybe you want more variety in your content. Let's go with quote card highlight on paper. Now you can see the AI agent brainstormed a bunch of quotes about learning ChatGPT. I don't want to use all these quotes, so let's just say use top 3 quotes. And again, this is just talking to ChatGPT, so you can have this interactive conversation before finalizing your carousel. Once you're finalized, though, you're going to see it made the tool call to the appropriate carousel templates we want to use. Once this is called, this actually triggers creation of the carousel. Then this next section in red simply waits to get the carousel. Now, carousels without AI-generated media are pretty quick to finish. This is only a 10-second wait. It's not ready yet for some reason. It'll just continue waiting in 10-second intervals. And then this third area in green that I showed you posts it to these 5 social platforms. You can see everything is in green. Now, for testing purposes, I always use scheduled time, so I don't spam all of my social media while I'm testing it. And you can always check your calendar here in Blotato. So go to my.blotato.com, calendar, scroll down, and you'll see the different ones we just created. Now I'm going to delete these. So for testing purposes, I definitely recommend enabling that scheduled time variable so you can see everything in your calendar. Okay, so that's a high level of how the workflow works. It's super easy, right? You can expose this chat anywhere you want or your clients want. Now let's dig into how to actually set this up. At the time of filming this video, this is using the latest Blotato updates, which allows you to create videos programmatically. So if you're on self-hosted N8N, you can absolutely access this right now. The cloud-hosted N8N will get this in about 1 week. Okay, but if you don't even have Blotato installed, the first thing you should do before importing this template is open any existing workflow, search for Blotato here on the right-hand side. Okay, and then you're going to see it say install in an orange button. So go ahead and click install. Then you want to import this template. Just make sure you install the Blotato verified community node before importing this template. Once you've done that, import the templates, hook up your ChatGPT account here. This is initially going to be read. The Blotato nodes as well will be read because you need to connect your credential as well. So let me talk about setting up Blotato. And for those of you not familiar with it, it's an app that I built to help scale myself as an AI education creator. It's a big reason why I've been able to scale from 0 to 1.3 million followers in just over a year without going insane, without a big budget, and without a team. And one of the neat features it has is an API for publishing to social media as well as generating videos. It has a 7-day free trial. However, API access is not included in the free trial. So just keep that in mind. Okay, once you're in here, just go to settings, API. Okay, and this is where you're going to generate your API key. Okay, and then you also want to go over to accounts and log into your social accounts. And then copy your API key into the credential, right? So if you are making a new Blotato credential, click create new credential, copy your API key here and hit save. Now I'm going to talk about how to set up these Blotato nodes, but I'm going to start from the easier section, which is the social accounts. Literally all you have to do is like connect your Blotato credential and then select your social account, right? You don't have to change anything else. You don't have to change the platform. You don't have to change any of this text. That's it. And then just go down the list. So connect your Blotato account, choose your Facebook account. And for Facebook in particular, you do have to choose a page as well. Okay, same thing for Instagram, same thing for Twitter. And the only annoying thing for Pinterest is you do have to input your Pinterest board ID, and you can get that within Blotato. So go to create post, just create a draft Pinterest post. It doesn't really matter. Click publish, and then you're going to see a list of your boards here, and this is your board ID. Kind of annoying, but yeah, you just have to. So that's it. That is all you have to do to set up the social media publishing part. So that's it. For Get Carousel, you don't need to touch anything here. Actually, just make sure you've hooked up your Blotato credential, and that's it. Don't touch anything else. This is the section with the most customizability. So open each of these. Okay, let's start with the simplest one. Basically how it works is each video or carousel template in Blotato takes a list of parameters. So for this simple tweet card, right, like this over here, this is what I'm referring to. That's a monocolor, simple tweets card. It takes a list of quotes, your name, your social media handle, your profile photo URL, whether you want to show the verified badge, like this blue check mark, okay, dark theme or light theme, and aspect ratio. When you initially load this template, it's going to load with this data because I want you to see an example of what working data looks like. So in your first run through, honestly, don't change anything. I mean, you may want to change your name and social media handle. That's about it. But I don't recommend changing anything until you've gotten the entire flow working. However, I am going to talk through what the options are for each carousel. Okay. Here, quote cards monocolor paper. This is another option. So you can choose the font here. The title is automatically generated by AI. Okay. The quotes here, again, don't touch this. Tweet cards with a photo background. So this is similar to this. The main difference is you can have a photo or video, and you can choose where the quote should be located, like top, middle, or bottom. So this is the background media, like the photo you want. Quotes, don't touch this. Probably want to change your name, your social media handle, and if you have a profile photo, put it here. Card position, like I mentioned, is like where do we want that quote to be, and then do you want to show the verified badge? And if you're not sure how to fill these out, and I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but if you're not sure like what these templates look like, you just create them within the Blotato web app to get a sense of what they look like. So go to videos/new from templates. Okay, choose the templates. So let's go with this one, tweet card carousel with photo video background. I'm not sure what that looks like. When you select it, you're going to see like a big form like this, but most of the information is already filled out with default values. So like you don't have to do anything, just scroll down, click create video, and then you'll immediately get a sense of like what this looks like, right? Okay, so this is what that template looks like. So now you can go back to N8N and fill out these values based on what you want. And the last one, quote cards with a highlight on paper. This doesn't take many inputs. So just the font, the title, this is defined by your AI agent. So you don't have to do anything. The list of quotes, don't do anything here. The reason it looks annoying like this, do a bit of wrangling here to convert the string that just contains all the quotes into a proper array of strings. So don't touch this unless you know what you're doing. And the cool thing is I'm going to be launching new templates all the time. So you can literally just add them. Now, I don't recommend duplicating this because I notice when you duplicate this and then you switch the template, it sometimes doesn't switch the template values. Okay, so let's say I come up with a new template and you want to add it. Click plus tool here. Search for Blotato, the Blotato tool. This is the one you want. Resource video, operation create, and then you'll see the list of templates to choose from. By the way, you can totally create videos with this. I'm just going to do that in a future tutorial, but these are super cool too. Okay, and then when you select your template, then you're going to see this list update with the values. That is how you add a new template. Okay, don't duplicate the existing ones just because of that weird bug where it's not quite updating the form fields. And of course, you can tweak the prompt here. This is our AI agent carousel maker. I didn't do a lot of my normal type of prompting for writing captions and titles. Prompt basically says, hey, you're an AI agent. The user's going to chat with you. And the most important thing here is like before making a tool call to generate the carousel, you should always confirm with the user, like what is the list of quotes? What is the template they want to use? But again, you don't have to change anything there your first run through. So just to recap, when you import this template, make sure you've installed the Blotato verified community node before importing. Okay, then open this to hook up your OpenAI account. Everything in red, that just means you have to hook up your account. So like you're going to have to open this, connect your accounts, and that's it. Connect your account here. And then on the social platforms, all you have to do is select which account it's supposed to, and that's pretty much it. You're ready to go. There's really not much setup, right? Like we're really only using ChatGPT to help us research and write the carousels and also think through which carousel to use. And Blotato is the only other tool, and it generates the carousels, uploads them to a media database, and posts them automatically to social media. And this is very cheap to run, again, because this is not using any AI generated images or videos in these particular carousel templates. So there's no like cost that scales up as you're using this flow. So businesses are going to love this, especially as I continue releasing more and more carousel templates. And I didn't get to update this troubleshooting checklist. That was from a previous automation in case that was confusing to you. But when you import this template, it will have the appropriate troubleshooting checklist. But yeah, let's talk about tips and tricks to debug this, then how to customize it for your clients. So if you do have issues publishing to social media, this will aggregate here in this error report. So how this works is, let's say TikTok fails, your workflow is still going to continue posting to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, right? Just because TikTok fails doesn't mean you shouldn't post to the other platforms. But if it fails, you will be able to open this and just see a table of what the errors were. And if there are multiple failures, this is nice because it will just kind of like aggregate everything in one place. You're going to be able to see the error message, specifically what you should do, etc. And by the way, I added these helpful links. So if you want to view all the latest automation templates for Blotato, click here. If you want to view all video carousel templates, click here. Okay. If you want to view the media requirements, click here. And this is your API dashboard for debugging. So this is super, super useful because you can test everything, schedule the post in advance, and then see everything show up here. And make sure to click one of these, right? So you can actually see what the request was. If there's an error, so here this failed, this will explain why. So I was going to initially set this up for threads, but I forgot. For threads, you can only do one image or video per tweet. And so I decided to skip that for now. If this step fails, by the way, getting the Instagram carousel, the main way it'll fail is it's just going to loop forever because the carousel isn't done because there was an error creating it. That happens if the input to your carousel is incorrect. This is why I don't recommend touching this. Like 99.9% of people watching this should not touch this because it's going to break how the quotes are appearing. So that's the most likely issue. So let's say you are setting up a new carousel template. Just copy paste this from an existing template. Okay, so you don't mess that up. 99% of the time, that's going to be the reason why your carousel isn't loaded. Again, you don't need AI credits or anything like that, so that's not a failure reason. Another reason for failure could be the URL. So number one, make sure it's publicly accessible. Like if you copy this and open it in an incognito browser, you should see the photo, right? I forgot to mention there's a bunch of other inputs that are optional. Okay, so I don't recommend playing around with this until you've got a good idea of how the workflow works and how you want your templates to look. If you need custom support, go to my.blotato.com, click the orange button on the bottom right and send a message. I do try to get back to everybody within 24 to 48 hours, but of course my AI support bot will try to answer your initial questions. And like I said in the beginning, this new node, like Create Video for N8N, is already available in the self-hosted version and should be available on cloud-hosted N8N next week. And then I'm planning to work on the make.com and Zapier versions as well. But you can technically still make raw HTTP calls to the Blotato API if you want access to this functionality earlier outside of N8N. And if there are specific carousel templates that you want me to make, feel free to send me an email or send me a support message here just requesting what those templates are. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment below if you have any questions.